It is done. In its history, Minecraft has released many blocks that are said to be indestructible. But are they? Bedrock vanquished and portal frames destroyed, even barriers defined and designed with the sole purpose of preventing movement have had their reputation fall victim to the weight of time. In front of me lies Minecraft's world border, long regarded as the only truly indestructible force. A week ago, I put it to the test and asked the question, is it? And today, I'm here to tell you, it is done. This began with a simple question. What is the world border? I mean, it's not an entity and it's not a block, so what is it? Simply put, it's meant to be a bounding box, encapsulating players within a finite area, rendering the world outside of it completely useless. But in search of a more in-depth definition, I started experimenting and was able to create some interesting interactions. As most people know, different projectiles can completely just ignore the world border, and that includes ender pearls as well. Ender pearls are actually how you get outside of the border. But all this got me thinking, right? What if I become the projectile? Yeah, maybe the pearl is already accomplishing that, but like, can I get myself to move fast enough to actually go through the border? So my first thought was grab an elytra and kind of just spam fireworks and hope something happens. As you can see, I kind of, die. But let's say I have literally infinite maxed out resistance, right? So I have resistance 255. Like, I just get stuck here. So then I was like, okay, well the only other way I know how to be a projectile is tridents. Surely I can just smack myself into the border, right? Well, no, it doesn't work that way. It still kind of just traps me in this little bubble. Honestly, now this has me thinking, what if I go up there? Like, surely there's a point if you go high enough that the border doesn't have the same amount of power. Wait, what? Why is it snowing? Wait, I can't, huh? But Agilix, what if you grab some pistons? Surely nothing crazy will happen. Well, let's see, if I do this right, so there's two blocks like right next to each other. At first it pushes this through, but if I break this piston and try to do it again, then this happens. Wait, can I open the fence gate? Hold on. Oh, that's worse. Now, what if we just do it like this, so there's only one block? Sure, okay, there's just a piston inside of it now. What if I relog? What? Huh? Why can't I walk through this? I can walk normally all through here, so it's not the border, but as soon as I go back here, it's like the glass is there, but it's not. This piston is the same issue. It's like sticky almost. Why can't I? What is this? The phenomenon that just occurred is called a B36, or a moving piston. To this day, interacting with the world border is the only way this can occur. As I said earlier, the world border gains its power through the manipulation of the world outside of it. Meaning while hitboxes are normal inside the border, they're completely dysfunctional on the outside. Exploiting this then by using a moving hitbox can create a block that is in a state of both existence and non-existence. And while that might seem pretty useless, I found that it can be used to create a devastating trap. One that, if set up correctly, could genuinely be impossible to escape. Okay, wait, I have an idea. So if I go down to bedrock, right? Oh, too far. So like all the time at the bedrock layer, you'll see holes like this. And as you can see, there's bedrock on all four sides. So what if I did that piston thing above that block? Because a player could still be in that hole, but at this spot in relation to the border is where the blocks glitch. So I could go bang, bang, and then if I power it, this happens again. So then if I relog, now there's a glitched block here. If I just purled down, now I'm in a box. And I don't think this is escapable. Unless you have pearls, I don't think you can escape this. Like, even in creative mode, I'm trying to fly out and it's not working. So especially if you're in survival, there's no way to get out of this. And while an inescapable trap is cool and all, the discovery I'd make moments later would change everything. Okay, so I'm in 1.7.8 and this is the world border right here. See, I can't go past it. I'm not sure why it doesn't have a texture, maybe it wasn't created yet, but if I do this, right, and just start placing torches, look at that. What is this? What block is this on? I can do it with redstone torches, and look, I can just keep going and chaining along the world border, and there's no block here. Like, what is going on? Allow me to explain. Between versions beta 1.9 pre-release 6 to 14W17A, blocks adjacent to the world border can be manipulated to allow for the placement of torches on the world border itself. On the surface, this may seem like a simple glitch, but it raised the question, if torches can only be placed on blocks, could the world border share any other block-like properties? And if so, could those be the key to destroying the border? And in that moment, it finally clicked. Boats. See, if I wanted to be able to eventually destroy the world border, I had to gain a better understanding of its weaknesses. It's fairly common knowledge that boats can be used to phase through walls, and that same glitch applies to the world border. But boats have since been proven to be capable of far more than just that one exploit, having granted players the abilities of flight, teleportation, and invincibility. It's the latter of those that truly piques my interest, because if I can find a way to be on the other side of the world border and retain invincibility, I could theoretically travel an infinite distance beyond the border, defying the limitations imposed by its existence. However, executing this glitch wouldn't be as simple as it sounds. Many of its capabilities are reliant on my surface-side positioning, so if I were to use a different boat, minecart, or ender pearl to travel across the border, it would more than likely update my position and take away my invincibility. Luckily, I have a plan. If you remember from earlier, the hitboxes of blocks and entities function differently when interacting with the border directly. So, if I can position my boat just beyond the edge of the border before executing the glitch, I should spawn in invincible on the other side. But the only way to know for certain was to give it a try. So we're underneath the boat. If I crawl out, does this work? Oh, it works! What? I'm not taking any damage and I'm over 100 blocks away from the world border. And this is really easy to duplicate too, right? Because I can just crouch, I'm in my boat, I disconnect, I reconnect, I'm back under the boat, and there I go. And just to prove that you can actually set this up in a real world, if I grab the boat and I set it up, right? You can see my hitbox is over the block and I can crawl out. Yes! I had successfully gained immortality beyond the border and, in a sense, broke it. But I still wasn't satisfied. I wanted to take things a step further and break the world border itself. Introducing user BrianNether, a Redditor who on June 22nd, 2020 posted a video titled "Nothing Shall Get in My Way." At first glance, it appears that he's solved the mystery of mining the world border, but in reality, it's just blocks retextured to look like the border. Because as we've established, the world border isn't a block or any sort of mineable entity. Or so I thought, and so BrianNether's post led me to discover a video by one of Minecraft's smartest players, Phoenix SC, who used a system of commands to manipulate the world border into thinking it was a mineable entity. And luckily for me, he provided all the commands I needed in his video description. Meaning after setting the world border, all that was left to do was pull out my pickaxe and... Oh my goodness! Yes! What? This is insane! I am mining the world border in survival Minecraft. Holy! I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm in shock that I'm able to do this. I'm literally mining Minecraft's world border. This is insane. Let's go! And in this moment, seemingly overflowing with triumph and glory, we need to take a pause. Because, well, yes, I appear to be mining the world border. It isn't disappearing, it's not losing any power, and truth be told, I'm no closer to success than I was before. To make it clear, I have a confession to make. I'm not actually mining the world border. The data pack just allows me to use invisible iron bars to create an overlay effect. Nothing more, I couldn't figure it out. Now, it might seem like all my attempts have failed. On the surface lies a deception of progress, a facade to mask the fact that I accomplished nothing at all. But what if I told you that this entire video was a metaphor? That this deception was carefully crafted and designed so that you, the viewer, could understand what I'm about to say. See, everyone has dreams, and everyone encounters failure. But so often we're told that those failures mean that our dreams can never come to fruition. But in reality, nobody tore those barriers down alone. Those accomplishments were the product of a community of people who were told it was impossible and chose to challenge it anyways. So, to answer the question, is Minecraft's world border indestructible? No. We just have to find out how. And in the same way that we've built machines to take these barriers down, this video was formed to put me in a position that I've been dreaming of for over 3 years. And if that happens, just know, I didn't do it alone.